Hello, everyone. So I have finally finished Extreme Ghostbusters, and I mentioned it in another video about what they could have done, what Sony could have done instead of the reboot of Ghostbusters. But of course, if you already know what Extreme Ghostbusters is, you'll know why they can't do it now, because the person who played as Egon is dead. So because he's gone, that means that they can't do anything. I was kind of kicking around the idea of what if they could do it, but the thing is that even if they could do it, they'll have to explain that there was some years that they have been doing this, or a few years past, they learned how to become Ghostbusters. Egon taught them, Egon died, and then not only that, but the thing is that Egon actually in that series, which I listened, he's actually 39 years old. So, yeah. Or was it 30? I think it was 37. So, anyways, Extreme Ghostbusters, a watchable show or a show that shouldn't exist? I say it's a watchable show. This show was very good. Too bad I don't think it was ever on TV. I think it might have been, but not where I was. So, Extreme Ghostbusters, we follow these new team of Ghostbusters after lots of spirits have been released. But I think they fixed that so that the spirits that was released was put back in a two-parter of their first episode. So anyways, we got Roland, Garrett, Eduardo Riviera, and Kylie. Those are the four new Ghostbusters. Like I said in the previous video, Roland is the smart guy. Eduardo is the person that actually is just like Venkman, I guess. No, he's not. Wait, let's see. I forgot what he actually qualifies for. And then we have Garrett. Garrett is Venkman, actually. And Kylie is, well, she's someone. Yeah, they actually have like different renditions of the original Ghostbusters. They just refurbished them and remixed them. So yeah, Kylie actually is a golf girl, but we find out in one episode that it turns out in her old school, she was a cheerleader. So that whole golf thing that happened in high school, and she carried it on through college. Yeah, but before then, she was a freaking cheerleader for the 8th grade. She was cheerleader of the year. Well, anyways, we have Janice, who is back, but because I just watched the first two Ghostbusters, and I'm not a cult follower, so I most likely won't watch those in a long while since I already watched them again. But seeing how Janice was in the movie and comparing that to this series, it doesn't add up, because in this series, Janice actually is falling in love with Egon, and she's been in love with him for 12 years. It was 12 years. So that means in 1985, but on the other hand, don't forget that the consultant or the person who was doing her taxes and stuff, she was actually having a fling and everything with that guy. And my mom actually said that she was wearing a wig, but in the TV show, she actually has long red hair. So I don't know what to say on that one. That continuity is a bit of an issue. Who knows? Maybe they were taking that up with the original series for Ghostbusters, and then they integrated it into Extreme Ghostbusters. I'm not sure. So let's see. They went around doing a lot of stuff. They had 40 episodes in all. They did very, very good. There's none of them that I'm like, oh, this freaking episode sucks. I can't watch it. There was an episode, because of the people I was watching it from, that one episode that seems very, very interesting, sadly was destroyed. I mean, it wasn't destroyed. It's that I couldn't actually watch it because it was glitching and crap. Then we have my, in quotations, favorite episode. And my favorite episode, even though there's like many, actually, to think about it, this is actually one of the ones that I'm like, I can't choose, but if I have to mention one to say a must watch, has to be the one that was a spoof of R.L. Stine, but his name was J. something Klein, who actually is Jeff Klein. Yeah, he actually decided to put himself in that. So Basically, R.L. Stine was enslaved by three beings, and the story he was writing was about them. And every time he wrote about them, they became very powerful. If you guys are now saying what does there's a very, very good similarity, yes. The movie that just happened last year sounds just like this one that's going on here. The only difference is that instead of ghosts actually enslaving him to type on his typewriter and they become powerful, it's more the fact of the contrast is that R.L. Stine created those monsters as friends and instilled them in a book. As for the power of the writing to make them powerful, I think that could actually be effective. It might actually happens in this movie, but I'm not sure. We'll have to see. Now, let's see. Anything else? They did have a two-parter of the original Ghostbusters coming, and that was episode 36 and 37. Yeah, episode 36 and 37. Yeah, I think it was episode 36, 37. If not, well, anyways, it's the one that's called Back on the Saddle. Yeah, that's the episode's called. So now Back on the Saddle was actually maybe it was actually 37, 38. I'm not sure. Anyways, Back on the Saddle was when the Ghostbusters came back, and the team that we have now feels a bit hurt and a little bit of hurt egos and everything. So they allowed the original Ghostbusters to do something, but they came back and helped. Yeah, so they came to the rescue, then they teamed up. And the second one, they decided to have a second parter because it's not over yet. They dealt with one thing. So they eventually was able to do something, and it was dealing with the Bermuda Triangle. So yeah, that was good. That was a good, but then the freaking episode that followed it kind of was like a big middle finger of I don't know what to do or something, is that the next episode after that, they show Egon kind of getting irked because, well, his leg was starting to hurt. He's realizing that he is becoming old now, even though he's 37. And he decided to actually see if he can continue to prove to himself, technically, that he's able to continue on with the Ghostbusters instead of sitting in his office, even though he did prove he did that a bunch of times beforehand. And to actually put that episode after the two-parter when the old Ghostbusters came, it's a bit of a what the frick, because he just showed that with the other Ghostbusters they were able to do stuff and they were able to still rock it, but yet, yeah, this episode was like, what the frick? Why is this even here? If there's a such thing as a lost episode, this should be a candidate to become a lost episode because it doesn't make sense for this to even exist. It shouldn't even exist. And the last episode that I saw was the one where it was a coven, well, in quotations, coven of three girls. Well, anyways, the series on its own, it's a very good series. I enjoyed it. I actually just used it bit by bit, watching like a few episodes at a time. It is a very good episode. It's a very good series. Now, I'm shocked that they don't actually just say, hey, let's just make a movie about that. Yeah, so since you can't make a movie about that now, and even though they don't give a crap about the series, freaking Sony would still freaking flag me for showing the actual visual of the Extreme Ghostbusters thing, which is like, what the frick? It's like, if you care about that so damn much, why don't you make a freaking damn movie about it? Durr. Instead of being like that, of course, I bet stupid dumbass robot. But even so, I'm going to end it right here and say Extreme Ghostbusters is a good one if you actually want to continue on and think about what happens after Ghostbusters 2, technically. And of course, yeah, if you actually saw the original Ghostbusters cartoon series and not the one with the freaking damn gorilla, but the actual nice one, this would be a good one to follow that up on. And holy frick, is that Slimer? I think that's Slimer right over there. Oh, frick. Oh, yeah, Slimer was in the series too, by the way. But anyways, thank you for watching. Good series. Definitely check it out. And too bad it's not a movie. I wish it could have been a movie. It would have been a good idea, especially if it was in the 90s. well, actually, it was 1997, so maybe in the 2000s, a Ghostbusters movie based on this, but instead, nothing. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I gotta go. Slimer is looking at me very weird with a grin on his face. I'm out. See ya. See ya.